What is up, guys? It's Selka. I'm making a little update again today because we had a movement that was pretty nice. So, almost 10% day Ethereum and almost 5% day Bitcoin, which is a pretty good day. So, from that, we'll need to take a look at what's coming next from this structure, and that is what I will be talking about in this video. So, before we get started, I just want to say that I know my videos are in 720p. I'm working to make them 1080p, which will be more readable for the numbers and just the chart in general. So it will be done for the next videos. Probably not this one because I've not checked the settings yet, but it will be for the next videos. So without further ado, let's get started with that. Bitcoin, we'll see the smaller time frame because nothing has changed for the bigger one. So you can check my last videos to see what's coming up for the big structure, which is midterm, long term. So now we're gonna take a look at the smaller time frame. So basically, when I saw this impulse and this true wave correction, I was waiting for another impulse similar to that one. So basically, an impulse that will come and be almost looking like this one. But whenever you see an impulse and a correction, you gotta keep in mind that the correction's target is to break this top, the top of the impulse. It can literally just tap the top and then go back down. It doesn't need to stay above the top. So from that, make sure you have a take profit at the top if you take a trade looking like this one, because it can literally just tap and come back down. So from that, and I have an example just right there. See, you have an impulse. All this was a correction, and we came literally just to tap this low. We broke it with another impulse, then it started pumping again. So you need to make sure you take your profit because you have no clue who's trying to put pressure in this zone. It could be seller as much as it could be buyer, but you can have big selling pressure in this zone, then it comes back straight up down. So from that, you must be careful of that. And from this structure, what do I see is that this could be an up move. This is your correction, a B wave. So this could be your A wave. This could be your B wave. Then this could be your C wave. So basically, all this could be a correction for that down wave. So this can come and literally break the low before getting up for that big impulse. So there's nothing that tells us that this is not possible. And the wave, it is clearly possible. You can have an impulse, a correction, an impulse, another correction, then an impulse. It's literally possible. But the more impulse, the more correction you have, the more the returnment is possible. So if we get another low from this move, then we will wait for that impulse and it will happen. It will be even more probable of happening. So we will wait for an impulse, then going down again. So that is if we break the low. So that's one of the scenarios. The other one, I'll put it in the in a different color. I'll put it in the blue. So basically the other scenario, and I talked about it in my last videos a lot, this could come and push again, like flag. It literally needs to flag. Otherwise, I keep in mind the yellow one. If it flags, I kind of forget about the yellow one. I kind of think that the blue one will be happening, but otherwise yellow in my mind. So from that, we need to see that flags, then come up near this top. Then I'll be looking to sell in this zone. No matter what, this zone is a selling zone. You'll look to sell and not to buy. So this can literally come here and then drop. So that are the two scenarios for Bitcoin right now. I cannot tell from what I see which one will happen. That's why we need to wait for this thing. This will tell us if we go for the blue or the yellow. If you don't see a flag, then you must go with the yellow one. I mean, you must keep in mind the yellow one because it will be more probable to happen. So from that, we will take at the closer time frame just to see what's coming up. So this is a retracement. This is an ABC wave. Then you wait for another retracement to complete this correction structure. So either this could be a correction structure for another push up, So it could be a ABC wave for this impulse. So another push up and break this top. Or this could be just a correction in intern. So this could be a ABC correction for that impulse. And the other impulse could come and literally retrace a lot of this impulsion. So if it goes really far, that means that we probably are going for a retracement, which will be waiting for a bigger correction to hop in for the sell, for the yellow structure that I showed. Otherwise, we will probably see it come and break this low. I'll put it in yellow. Break this low, then start to range, make a bigger correction right there, then break again, and then it will take off. So it makes a bigger range, and it will be clear that we're going up. It will consolidate. So otherwise, if it dumps pretty fast and pretty far, we will wait for a correction to hop in the sell. Otherwise, yeah. So that's basically in the shorter time frame. We are at 5 minutes, not even 15 minutes. So you should take this with care, because this is an important structure that will happen in this zone. So from that, it is pretty clear what I'm waiting for Bitcoin. So for Ethereum, this one is different. This is an impulsion. This is a correction. Then you got another impulse. So this impulse is pretty good. So it was a pretty this impulse went pretty far. So from that, I don't think that this could be a correction on its own. There is almost no probability for it to be a correction on this zone. But there are still a probability that this goes for a dump before getting up. And that's what I talked about in my last video. This could be an impulse, this the correction of your impulse, then another impulse for ABC, and all this could be your B wave for this A wave, all this your B, then a C wave for a correction called the running flat. So basically this can come up, down, break this low, and then take off. Now I don't think so, but if we don't see a range in this zone, I'll start thinking about it. Why I'm not fan of this one is because for me this is a correction on its own, and there is no much probability for this correction to be an A from another correction. So for me this is an impulse, this is a correction impulse, so there's not much probability for this to being an impulse move. It looks more corrective. So from that, doesn't have a lot of probability to come for this scenario. So this scenario to come and drop has less probability of the other one to just come and break this top. So yeah, I'll still mark both because they both possible. So either you drop and come at the top, or either you just come break this top. But again, if we break the top, we will need to range in this zone. It's super important. Otherwise, the sell is as probable as the going up. So we must range in this zone. And again, if you put your trend line, you'll see that if we range above the trend line, which is a good sign. It's basically a sign of reversal, and not only in the wave theory, in many other method. But yeah, especially in the wave theory, if we see that flag above the top, or just a correction, could be a 3-wave correction, either a flag or a 3-wave correction, then that means that we're going up. So that's it for Ethereum. I'll check out the smaller time frame quickly. Same thing as Bitcoin. Nothing is really in this time frame. This could have been a running flat 3-wave correction for another up, but from what it did in this zone, this is more likely to be a move, a correction. I can see this dropping a little bit more than that, and at least we must see it range, do something bigger, something like this, in order to still go up. Otherwise, that a smaller time frame doesn't mean nothing. It's not even worth it to analyze it. We should keep a track on the 15 and more, and keep a track especially if we range in this zone or not. So that's it for today's video. I hope you like it, and leave a like and a comment if you did, and make sure to keep track from my other video, which are coming soon this week. Peace.